Hi ladies, thank you so much for joining in today. So this video is all about the expense and profit tracker. Now this was a total labor of love. I created it just for our team, so I hope that you guys understand it and can enjoy it. It will definitely help you. So before we get started, you guys have the blank monthly expense profit tracker. I want you to save it as a new document and save it as the month that you are working in. So right now it's December of 2016. I would save this document as 2016. And the reason for that is because now when it comes to January of next year, I can then just have a blank version and save it as. When the reason for that is when you're doing your taxes at the beginning of the year, you can keep track of any expenses and profits that you have. If you so choose, you can add the date up here as well. That's totally personal preference if that makes you feel a little bit more organized. So to start off, what I want you to do is put all of your inventory in these boxes here. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to fill in the pink boxes. So I did these Amelias. I just made up random numbers for values that I had. And so total, I have 36 Amelias, and these are how many I have in each size. So over here, you're going to see days 1 through 7, 8 through 15, 16 through 22, 23rd through the end of the month. That's how you're going to keep track of your expense or your profits, how many sales that you have. So for instance, let's say I sold one extra small this week. And then you can see how over here, it's now telling me that wholesale, it was $29.45. And the reason why it's $29.45 is because LulaRoe gives us an additional 5% off of our order every time we place an order on Build. So even though technically wholesale is $31, we're getting it for $29.45. So our cost is $29.45, and then we resell it for $65. So here it's doing the calculations for us, and we made a profit of $35.55. So now let's keep going. Let's say week 2, I sold 2 extra smalls. Let's say week 3, I sold 1 small, 1 large. And week 4, I sold 4 mediums. Now you can see over here how it is calculating our profits, it's calculating our expenses, and the retail of what we sold it for. So now you're probably wondering what the comp and the discounts means and how to keep track of those along the way. So comp, let's say you're doing a giveaway on your team page for an Amelia dress. Well, let's say the person who gets it is a size extra large. So you're going to say that you gave away 1 Amelia, and it will then subtract that amount from your profit. Okay? But it will add it to your expenses. So that way, at the end of the month, you see what your expenses are and what your profits are and what your total profit is after that. Now, if you were to do a discount, let's say you give $5 off to this one person who purchased a large, it will subtract that from over here. And then same thing, it edits all of this. So that's all awesome. It does that all the way down, so make sure you fill in all of your inventory. Let's say you don't carry Azures and Annas. Know that you can select all of these and you can choose to hide them if you want. That's personally how I do it. I'd rather not see it. When I'm looking at my stuff, I would rather just see the styles that I carry, and then also if I choose to print out the document, I'm not wasting a bunch of paper. So now down here at the bottom, you will see what your profits are for the month. If you choose, you can also keep track of shipping in here. So a fun way to do it is, let's say I had one person who, so my shipping costs are $3 and $5 depending on how many items they buy. So let's say week 1, I had one person who was $3 shipping, week 2, 2 people that were $5, and so on. I'm just making these up. Now, it costs a different amount to actually ship it, and that's something that you'll need to calculate between the shipping cost, your poly mailers, the labels, etc. So, for instance, if you were to ship one pair of leggings, it's typically $2.60. Poly mailers are about 13 cents, a label's about 10 cents. So total, I'm looking at $2.83, if that's correct. So let's say this week was $2.83. Oops, $2.83. And then the maximum that shipping is going to cost you is $6.10. It'll be in a flat rate envelope, which those are free. If you want any, you can order them from USPS.com. They ship to you for free. It's awesome. And it comes with its own envelope, but you print the label. So it's going to be $6.10 flat rate plus the 10-cent label. So it'd be $6.20 each. So let's just say I spent $12.40 this week. I spent $2.83, and then just for giggles, let's say that shipping for this one was $5, and then plus the 23 cents of extra stuff that I needed. Well, now you can see how it subtracted it over here. It kept track of what all of my costs were over here. So that was awesome because it's able to keep track of all of your expenses. All right, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. I added these sections that are over here so that way you can keep track of your orders for the month. So let's say I ordered one Anna. Now the reason why I say that is because it automatically takes the numbers of your inventory from the beginning of the month, okay? But then over here, you're going to see how the numbers aren't the same because over here, it shows what the end of the month totals are. So it keeps track of what your inventory is going to be at the end of the month. And then you're able to just take those numbers and input them back over here at the beginning of the next month. So you always know where your inventory is and what you need to replace. So now let's say we want to order one extra small Amelia. You're going to see how now we're going to have a one Amelia in extra small in our inventory by the end of the month. Let's say week 2, I ordered 2 of these. Week 3, I ordered 3 of these, and so on. You're going to see how that goes up. But you're also going to see over here what your total wholesale value is of all of your inventory. You can put goal prices in here, or your goal pieces. So how many you want. So let's say I want to carry 10, and let's just do it easy. Let's say I want to carry 5 of each style. Okay, so now what it did is it said I need 5 of each style. Well, since I have 7, I actually have 2 over. But over here, because I have 3 at the end of the month, I need 2 more, I need 4 more, I need 1 more, etc. And this is how much it's going to cost me. Okay? So that's just an easy way when you're trying to place your next order. It's an easy way to come in and say, I need this many for my goal, so I'm going to order this many. Now, what I typically do is I focus on 1 or 2 styles with every order, and that's how I order. I don't order 1 or 2 pieces of everything. I just focus on those styles because when you're taking photos, it's going to be a lot easier to store them when they're the same style. Now you can see down here how there's all different tabs. So you can keep track of your payments. Now when you're in Bless, there is a payments area so you can input all the payments that you get. Now when you make a sale, you typically get a payment a day to 3 days after your sale is made. So hypothetically, let's say I made a sale on the 1st of December. Well, today, the 4th, which it wouldn't happen, today's Sunday, but let's just say today, the 4th, I got a deposit of $316. The fees that were deducted, now it's just hypothetical, when you go into your Bless account, you can see what the fees are and you can see what the sales tax are. So let's just say the fees are $10 and the sales tax is $23. All right. Well, now what LulaRoe does is they keep all of your sales tax for you and they let you know how much that is at the beginning of the next year. So that way you don't have to personally keep track of them or store them to the side. Because when you sell something, if you were a regular store, you would have to keep all the sales tax and put it to the side to pay back. Well, LulaRoe keeps it for us, which is really awesome. And it's a really easy way to keep track of it and make sure that our numbers match up with their numbers. And then fees, the fees will actually count as a tax write-off because it's a fee associated. So now you can just go all the way down and let's say I have another payment on the 5th of $100. Fees are $2. I'm just making this totally up, and so on. So you can keep track all the way down for the month. I personally recommend printing this out every month so you have it already. So when it comes to tax time, you can just open up a folder or a binder and you have all your information there. You don't have to open up each spreadsheet and try to find everything. It makes it a lot easier and a lot more organized. So now placing an order. Over here, it helped you figure out what you need to order to hit your goals. Well, over here is now when you actually place your order. So let's say I place an order today. The order number, totally making this up, I ordered 33 items and they cost $650. Okay, so now let's go back to here. You're going to see that $650, 33 items. Now, if you go to the bottom of the sheet, oops, sorry. If you go to the bottom of the sheet, it's now going to input here an inventory expense, $650. Now, because I only made $284 in sales, I'm actually negative $365.79. Now, remember, this isn't actually accurate. I only sold Amelia's this month, so heck, I don't even carry Amelia's. But just for you guys to keep track of, now it shows you what your actual profit is, okay? So, LulaRoe supply expenses. So we'll go to that tab. This is an easy way to keep track of any purchases that you make. So let's say you purchase a stapler from Target today. And now remember, either take a picture or store all of your receipts. Stapler is $10 stapler. Now same thing when you go to your LulaRoe payments. Oops, sorry. When you go to your sales and inventory, it's now going to show in your supply expense that it's $10. So we're going to go over here to business expenses now. So this is everything that you can come up with, whether you're spending gas to driving, etc. You can plug it in here and it'll do the exact same thing and put it into that spreadsheet. So now over here, this is for tax purposes, so tax deductions at the end of the year. So I'll show you how to do this. Again, fill in the light pink areas. So my total square foot of my home is, oh gosh, I don't even know. Let's come up with a number. Let's say it's 1460. That's my square footage. And my LulaRoe office is 100 square feet. Well, that makes almost 7% of my home is going to be a write-off for my business. So that includes everything. So it's December right now. Let's say I filled everything in since I began. Now remember, the deduction only counts for when you're in the company. So right now, if you're just getting your inventory, only December is going to count for you and so on. But next year, you'll have everything. So start it when you start LulaRoe, not fill in the entire year. So let's say my mortgage interest is, I have no idea how much mortgage interest is, so let's just say it's $100. My insurance is $50. My taxes are $50. My gas is, well, it's cold right now, so my gas is probably 100. My electric is probably 50. My garbage is 42.50. My water is about $110 every month. And miscellaneous. So I don't know what miscellaneous house costs I have. I really don't have anything other than that. Let's say you had solar, you could put that in here. So my deduction for this month alone is going to be $34.42. So that's money that you're not going to have to spend in taxes at the beginning of next year because you already spent it towards your business, which is really awesome. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, this keeps track of your mileage as well. There's many apps that do this. I know QuickBooks, which is a monthly service. I believe it's $5 a month, keeps track of all of this. But there's other apps too that can keep track of your mileage. So then just go in and plug it in for the month. Now, when you do your taxes, they'll ask you what your business mileages are, and they'll calculate all of that for you. So I hope this somewhat makes sense. I know this video is a little bit lengthy, but I want you guys to be 1 foot forward. And And yeah, let me know if you guys need help with this. I can always do a Skype call, or if you're local, we can meet up and I can walk you through this. But it's really awesome, really easy. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And definitely, I recommend updating this on a weekly basis. If you do it on a monthly basis, it's going to get too overwhelming and you're not going to be able to keep track of everything. So do it on a weekly basis. I promise you will appreciate it. Bye, guys.